Welcome to tonight's bedtime story. Two friends are about to board a very special flight, but something is different about this journey. There will be surprises, mystery, and adventure. What will they discover? Stay until the end to find out. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to like and leave a comment. Now let's begin. Milo and Toby walked through the airport, holding their tickets tightly. Their flight number was 909, and their destination was a small island far away. The airport was busy, filled with people rushing to their planes. A voice announced that their flight would board soon. They reached the boarding gate and looked outside. Their airplane was smaller than the others, with a bright golden color. It looked brand new, shining under the airport lights. The other passengers seemed calm, chatting quietly as they waited. As they stepped inside the plane, a flight attendant greeted them with a warm smile. The seats were bigger than usual, and soft music played in the background. Everything felt fancy, like a special flight. Milo chose the window seat while Toby settled next to him. The plane smelled like fresh flowers, and the lights glowed softly. Something about this flight felt different, but neither of them could explain why. The plane began to move, rolling toward the runway. The engines hummed smoothly, quieter than usual. Toby looked around and noticed that there were only a few passengers. It was strange for such a big flight. The plane took off, lifting high into the sky. Milo watched through the window as the airport disappeared beneath them. The clouds looked close enough to touch. Everything felt peaceful and perfect. A flight attendant walked by and offered snacks. Milo took a small fruit tart, while Toby chose a cup of warm tea. The food tasted delicious, better than normal airplane meals. Toby looked at the screen in front of him. Instead of showing their flight path, the screen displayed a message, "Welcome to a journey like no other." Milo tapped his screen, but it didn't change. The flight attendant returned, placing a small envelope on their tray table. Inside was a note that said, "Pay close attention. This flight is not what it seems." Milo and Toby exchanged glances. Was this some kind of game? Maybe the airline had a special surprise for the passengers. It felt exciting but also mysterious. Outside the window, the clouds looked thicker than before. The sky had turned a deep shade of gold. The sun seemed larger and brighter, glowing in an unusual way. The pilot's voice came through the speakers, but it wasn't the usual flight announcement. Instead, he said, "Passengers, prepare for something truly unforgettable." Toby checked his flight map on the screen, but it showed nothing. Their location wasn't marked, and there was no sign of their destination. The plane was flying towards something unknown. Milo looked around at the other passengers. They were calm, reading books or enjoying their meals. It seemed like no one else had noticed anything strange. The flight attendant returned with another envelope. This time, the note inside read, "In 30 minutes, you will see something incredible. Stay alert." The plane continued flying smoothly. Toby opened the window shade again and gasped. Below them, instead of an ocean or land, there was a massive circular island with a golden glow. It wasn't on any map. The pilot's voice returned, this time softer. "This is a special flight. You have been chosen to witness something rare. Look closely." The airplane slowly descended. Milo and Toby pressed their faces against the window. The island was covered in strange, tall trees with silver leaves. A large river sparkled in the middle. The plane didn't land but hovered above the island. A soft mist surrounded them, and the sunlight reflected in hundreds of colors. It felt like they had entered a different world. A screen appeared at the front of the cabin showing a message. This island is one of the last hidden places on Earth. It disappears from maps and only a few have seen it. You are among the lucky ones. Milo and Toby watched in awe as birds with shimmering blue wings flew across the island. The trees swayed even though there was no wind. The place looked untouched, peaceful, and magical. The pilot's voice returned, gentle and calm. This flight is a gift. You will not remember exactly where this island is, but you will always remember that it exists. The airplane slowly rose again, moving away from the island. The golden glow faded into white clouds. It felt like waking up from a dream. Toby checked his flight map again. Now their location was back. The plane was on its way to their original destination. There was no sign of the mysterious island. Milo looked at the other passengers. They were still calm, as if nothing unusual had happened. It was as if they had forgotten. A flight attendant walked by, clearing trays. Milo tried to ask about the island, but she just smiled and said, "Enjoy the rest of your flight." Toby reached into his pocket and froze. Inside, he found a small silver leaf, the same kind they had seen on the island. He nudged Milo, showing it quietly. The plane started its descent. The city below came into view with roads, buildings, and lights. Everything looked normal again, but they knew they had seen something special.
Learn English with Fairy Tales, the perfect book for kids and beginners. Inside, you'll find engaging, educational stories that are perfect for building grammar, vocabulary, and reading skills. Whether you're just starting or advancing, this book will guide you through exercises that make learning fun. You can access Learn English with Fairy Tales anytime, anywhere on your phone. Available now on Amazon Kindle. Check the link in the description to start your English learning journey today.
The airplane landed smoothly and the passengers began to leave. Milo and Toby stepped onto the airport bridge, feeling the solid ground beneath their feet. The flight had been real, but no one would ever believe them. Milo and Toby walked through the airport, looking at the people around them. They had been part of something incredible. The island might have disappeared from maps, but not from their memories. They smiled at each other, knowing they had just experienced the most mysterious flight in the world.